the shelves are going to be open. Well, maybe the children will have $2 instead of $30.
Okay, sure, you'll have 2 toys instead of 30. You'll only have 1 egg instead of a dozen. You'll get a gallon of gas instead of filling your tank. You'll get a couple pieces of bacon instead of buying it by the pound. You'll get a single drumstick instead of buying a chicken. You'll buy a couple new tires instead of getting a new car. You'll get a fan instead of fixing your AC. You know, that's what a president should strive for. Less.
Hey beautiful people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for stopping by, supporting your girl on this channel. So credit goes to the creators in those videos. Guys, on today's Chronicles,
a trade deal is supposedly agreed upon this weekend, and I'm curious to know what it's actually going to be, as we recently got one with the UK. So potentially we could have some of these tariff issues, tariff scares behind us, depending on what this deal is with China. Now, it's going to be interesting to see how markets react during the week, because if the deal is not as good as everyone anticipated, we could probably have another crash in the stock market. And also the opposite, if it's really good and potentially tariffs are significantly lower than the White House and Trump has been leading on, then we could actually have a huge rally in markets, because a lot of people have been terrified of these 130, 140% tariffs causing mass inflation, which would prevent the Fed from cutting interest rates. But if there's a significantly lower tariff deal that has actually been agreed upon, then we might have 3-4 interest rate cuts at the end of the year, and investors are going to start pricing this in as a significant likelihood, which could cause markets to rally. Let me know your thoughts in the comments and follow me for more.
Oh, another farmer in that find out stage we all love. Meet Jim Hartman, a honey farmer from North Carolina that was getting $150,000 a year in government contracts. But wait for it, the 2 other great kickers are, Jim gets all of his packaging supplies from China. And can you guess where Jim's labor comes from? That's right, south of the border. But Jim couldn't help himself. Jim has now voted for Donald Trump 3 times. And when Jim hears Donald Trump's racism, he can't help but put himself in financial peril to go run and vote for Donald Trump a 3rd time. And as you can see from the headline of this article, the only thing that Mr. Hartman understands is, I lost $150,000. He doesn't care about how he's affected so many families in America, how innocent people are being deported and sent to El Salvador, or about how folks like him have ushered in an era of fascism in the United States. But Jim wants us all to feel sorry about him losing his grip on the teat of the American government. Jim, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, bud. Right? Not that hard.
About time. China and U.S. came up with a deal. They got a deal as of today. They both going to make the announcement on Monday. So, ooh, child, thank God, because I thought I was going to run out of tissue, paper towels, water, eggs, and milk. Like, I'm so glad they came up with something, because even with TikTok, you know, we got to June till they figured that out. And most of us, that's how we, you know, try to make it in life, you know. So, again, attention. Do y'all a homework? This was the announcement. I'm going to let y'all read that. I'm not going to read none of that, but just know they came up with a deal, U.S. and China, and they both going to make separate statements. Tomorrow is Monday. That'll be, May 12th. And again, that's a relief for majority of the people that saying certain ports are empty. So hopefully we can get somewhere, because y'all know that dude play too much. That he play too much with all our lives over here. But yeah, y'all read that and get y'all a second to read that, and you know.
The lunacy of tariffs lies in the fact that when we say, and you hear in the media and you hear by politicians, including the president himself, that we are going to charge them more, charge them our fair share, etc., etc., I hope you realize that when we say charge them, what we really mean is charge us, because the tariffs that we're imposing against the rest of the world shall be paid not by them, but by our own people here in America that are buying things. And the tariffs that other countries charge us are not actually being paid by us. They're not being paid by you. They're being paid by their own people that are paying more for American goods. And so if we win in Trump's trade war and all the tariffs that are kind of floating around the world in various states of chaos, well, these are all tariffs that you will pay when you buy things in America. So in a sense, we're negotiating against the interests of the American people when we try to push tariffs under the guise of, let's get even with them. They've been overcharging us. Let's charge them tariffs. Those will be paid by you. So all of these tariffs we're trying to impose shall be paid by you in terms of higher prices in America, and the tariffs that have been paid by other countries over the years that they're charging us, we're not paying it. Their people are. I hope you get that point, because ultimately this whole negotiation is about how much more can we get you as American people to pay in taxes for stuff you buy to the American government.
So some breaking news, we got another 90-day pause on Chinese and US tariffs. And even Donald Trump warned you that this was going to happen.
You better go out and buy stock now.
And the market is already going crazy. And the US stock market hasn't even opened yet. This is pre-market. So the US and China both agreed to lower their tariffs by 114%. I mean, this is literally crazy time. The President of the United States crashed the stock market, then told you to buy stocks, and then paused tariffs, and the stock market climbed. So what does it actually mean? Well, the US tariffs on China were at 145%, and they've now reduced to just 30%. And the same goes for China. Their tariffs on the US were at 125%, and they're now down to 10. Now again, this is not a final resolution. This is another 90-day pause, just like the previous 90 days. But I mean, could buying and trading stocks be any easier when the President of the United States is controlling it and then telling you to buy 3 days before? Let me know what you think, and let me know what you bought, and let me know if you're in profit.
I've been telling all of my friends and family that anything you want for Christmas, to get it right now, especially if you're buying for children. If you are buying any baby products at all, get them while they're here, because they're going to be gone.
After a decade serving in the Army, stationed in Bosnia, Kuwait, Iraq, and beyond, she started Busy Baby, a Minnesota company that designs and sells placemats and utensils for babies and toddlers.
The purpose of all of our products is to keep babies' things off the ground. So it started with the Busy Baby mat. It suctions down to your high chair.
All her products are made in China.
April 2nd, 2025 will forever be remembered as the day American industry was reborn, the day America's destiny was reclaimed.
And now those products are subject to President Trump's 145% tax on Chinese imports.
We have 3 months worth of products sitting at the factory. And now, in order to get it here, we need $230,000 on top of what we've already paid for the product just to get it in the country.
Can you afford that?
Oh, God, no.
So what do you do?
First, I sat on my kitchen floor and cried. And when I was on the floor in the kitchen, my son came in to show me something or tell me something, and he saw me sitting there crying.
Your 8-year-old.
My 8-year-old son. And he put his arms around me and just hugged me. And I realized I'm not going to let him see this. This is not what we're going to be.
The tariffs hit just after Benneke struck a deal to sell Busy Baby products at Target and Walmart. To produce enough inventory, she took out a loan from the Small Business Administration.
That loan is partially SBA financed and then partially leveraged against my house. So if I can't stay in business and pay those loans, I lose the house.
Many of these business owners are in their find out stage, and sometimes I just feel really bad for them, especially for those of them that didn't vote for you know who, because the effects of this tariff will be crippling on their businesses. They will lose money, they might even lose their business, because look at this woman. How exactly is she supposed to pay that money? And if she doesn't pay it, okay, she wouldn't get her goods. Her house might even be under threat because of the loans that she took. Guys, this effect, and there was a video I watched and somebody had the effrontery to say it's actually going to get worse until it gets better. Does it really have to get this bad until it gets better? I mean, I'm sure there are other things that can be done, right? Other policies that can be put in place to actually make it better for people before it becomes best, right? It doesn't have to go the wrong way before it becomes better. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section about this, because this season is not even easy for so many people, right? So many ups, so many downs. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I'll see you in my next video. Please don't forget to stay safe. Mental health is important. Ciao.